Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emilie, and today you are joining me and my student and friend Françoise for an advanced Vinyasa flow practice. The challenges today are going to be an arm balance called flying pigeon, as well as some challenging pistol squat transitions and lots of other fun stuff. So we're going to get started in child's pose. You do not need any blocks for the practice today, but if you do have anything at home that you want to use, please feel free to do so. All right, so child's pose, let's get started. Knees wide apart, big toes together. And let's go ahead and relax the forehead down on the mat, actively reaching the fingertips forward. And let's start by taking a deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, letting go. And another deep inhale. Exhale to release. Now let's go ahead and start breathing in and out through the nose, activating the child's pose by lifting the elbows off the mat, reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, and pulling the hips back towards the heels. And let's take 3 more deep breaths here. On your next exhale, let's walk both hands off the mat to the right. Left hand can come on top of the right hand to deepen the stretch. And breathing in, let's come back through center. And then walk both hands over to the left. And on your next inhale, let's come back to child's pose. And then let's make our way into tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. And you can start to move in any direction that feels good. Just getting some movement through the spine, moving in all directions. And using this time to harmonize your movement to your breath, letting the breath guide every single one of your movements. Slowly making your way back through center, stacking shoulders over the wrists, neutral spine. We're going to warm up the wrists since it's going to be, well, in preparation for the arm balances. So let's turn the fingers out and just rock the body side to side. Now you can look at Françoise from the front. And maybe some circles over the wrists. And then slowly, let's come back through center. Let's turn the fingers so they point towards each other and flip the palms up. Spreading the fingers wide. Exhale, let's squeeze the hands into fists. Good, and then open. And squeeze. And open. And squeeze as hard as you can for 3, 2, 1, and release. Turn the fingers back to tabletop. As you breathe in, right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, let's thread the needle just once. Inhale, right arm reaches up and kick your right leg back in the air. And then let's drop the right foot, right arm reaches over the right ear. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat, tabletop. Left arm reaches up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, thread the needle just once. Inhale, left arm reaches up and kick your left leg back. Breathe in. Breathe out, drop the left foot. Left arm reaches over the left ear. Good. One big breath here, and then exhale, come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, send the hips back and up. And let's start to walk it out, bending and straightening the legs, shaking out the head. Again, any movement that feels good. And slowly finding stillness, we're going to take a few rounds of sun salutation just to warm up the body, So deep breath in, come high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, high mountain rise. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift to breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. Lowering halfway or all the way down for now. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, breathe in and out. Inhale, high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now high mountain on the toes, rise up. Exhale, hips to heels, one time, lower slowly. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, drop the heels, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain on the toes, rise up. Exhale, lower slowly, hips to heels. For 3. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower for 2. And keeping a point of focus in front of you. Inhale, rise. And 1. Let's come all the way down into a low boat. Kicking the legs out in front of you. And then 5 times high boat with legs bent or straight for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Rock back and forth. Cross the shins, plant the hands, chaturanga. Stepping or jumping back. And we meet in our downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg rises. Let's bend the right knee, open up the hip, and go ahead and circle your right knee in one direction. And switch. Next inhale, let's straighten the right leg. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Hold here for 3. Try to lift it up as high as you can for 2. And then we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee and press the hips back and up for downward facing dog with a figure 4. Keep a generous micro bend in your left leg, making sure that you're protecting the left knee. From here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So bringing the right knee just beside the right wrist, sliding the left leg back. Let's open up the heart and then reach your arms back and up. Hold for 3. Now, keeping the arms where they are or bringing them down on the mat, let's bring the forehead down to the mat 3 times. Inhale, lift. Try to deepen the back bend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. Let's bring both hands down on the mat. Lean into your right hip, and then let's swing the left leg all the way around, crossing the left knee over the right, lifting the hips so that you can slide your left knee for shoelace. And it's okay if the knees don't touch. Again, we're on the outer blades of the feet. Deep breath in, let's reach the arms above the head, and then let's cross the right elbow over the left elbow for eagle arms. Inhale here. Exhale, let's fold forward. And sending the breath into your upper back. 3 more breaths here. And as you breathe out, you can either stay there or bring the hands down on the mat to find a little bit of a deeper stretch in the hips, whatever you prefer. On your next inhale, let's lift the chest. We're going to lean back, unwind the legs, and we're coming into boat pose. Maybe peace fingers wrap around the big toes, and let's straighten the legs and hold for 5. And now from here, let's open the legs and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now a little bit more challenging. Let's try to release the bind and reach the arms through the legs and hold. Keep bringing the thighs towards your shoulders. Keep lifting through the crown of the head for 3, 2, and 1. Cross the shins, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. On your next inhale, let's take a deep breath in. Left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. And let's circle that left knee in one direction, big circles. And in the other. Inhale, 3-legged dog, straightening the left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, and hold for 3. Try to lift it up as high as you can, 2. 1, flex the left toes, cross the left ankle over the right knee, and send the hips back and up. Now from here, pigeon pose, left knee to left wrist, slide the right leg back. Inhale, open up the heart, reach the arms back, and hold. Now on your next exhale, forehead comes down to the mat 3 times. Inhale to rise, and you can always use your hands for support. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to release. Inhale, lift. Bring the hands back down on the mat, lean into the left hip. Swing the right leg around for shoelace, so crossing the right knee over the left. And then sliding that right knee over so that they're as close as possible to touching. Inhale, let's reach the arms above the head. Now left arm crosses over the right, eagle arms. Breathing in to lift the elbows away from the chest. Exhaling to fold. And now you can either stay there or undo the bind of the arms and fold a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, let's rise up. Let's separate the legs, and this time we're just going to keep the legs on the floor. Hands come down on the mat. Now they can either come in front of you or behind you. We're going to start by just lifting the hips. So lifting the hips and holding. And then maybe lifting one leg for 3, 2, 1. Maybe lifting the other, 3, 2, 1. Maybe lifting both, 3, 2, 1. And release. Cross the shins, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. A deep breath in here, and exhale, release. All right, one more breath here. Now on your next inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to right elbow for 3. Send it back. 2. Send it back. And 1. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee, send the hips back and up, and then immediately let's walk the hands all the way back to the left foot. Bending the left knee a lot as you get there. Inhale, lift the chest, hands can stay at the heart space. Maybe arms reach up to the sky. And hold. Now on your next exhale, if it's accessible, let's bring the hands down to the mat. Start to lean into your fingertips and see if you can bend your left knee so we come into a toe stand. Once your left knee is completely bent, right arm goes behind the right leg. Hands can stay down on the mat, or maybe you want to try to play with your balance. From here, we're going to kick that right leg out, pistol squat. Good, first really tricky transition there. Good, and hold for 3, 2, 1. We're dropping that right foot, coming into crescent lunge with or without the help of the hands. As you breathe out, let's cactus the arms, open up the heart, come into a back bend. And then as you breathe in, reach the chest forward and the arms forward. Revolved crescent lunge, right arm opens to the right. Maybe the right hand finds the back of the left leg. Left arm reaches up to the sky. 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, left hand comes down on the mat. Right arm stays in the air. Let's maybe come onto the outer blade of the feet. And then maybe straighten your right leg. Okay, the next shape is either to stay here or to come into wild thing and see if you can maybe keep this right leg straight. So leaning, slowly coming through your side plank into wild thing. Good. On your next exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat, right knee to left elbow. And then let's cross the right knee over the the right ankle over the left knee. Lift your left arm up. As you breathe out, bend your left knee a lot. Cover your face with your left hand. Inhale, straighten the left leg. For 3, exhale, bend. 2, and 1. Left hand comes back down on the mat, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath. Next inhale, left leg rises. Left knee to left elbow for 3, 2, and 1. Let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. Send the hips back and up, and then start to walk your hands back. At the same time, bending your right leg. Lift the chest, wobbly, and hands to the heart space. Maybe the arms reach up. From here, we're going to make our way down to toe stand. So fingertips find the floor. And remember, you don't have to do this part. You can skip and meet in crescent lunge after. We're going to step the left hand behind the left knee. Maybe find balance here. Ooh. Not always so easy. And then from here, pistol squat. Kick that left leg out. Hands can remain on the floor. Let's push off the right leg. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. And then as you breathe out, reach the chest and arms forward. Into revolved crescent lunge with a back bend. Let's take a deep breath in here. Exhale, right hand finds the floor, left arm reaches up to the sky. Pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Maybe straighten the left leg, only if it feels nice. It might feel a bit weird, so don't force it. Now from here, very slow motion, wild thing. Left foot lifts and slowly steps behind the right leg. 1 more deep breath here. And then exhale, left hand comes down on the mat. Let's bring the left knee to the right elbow. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, bend the right knee, little ball for 3. Inhale, straighten for 2. And 1. Exhale, right hand comes down on the mat. 3-legged dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. And on your next inhale, let's lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up the hip, wild thing for 1 breath. And then as you breathe out, right knee to the right elbow, right hand comes back down on the mat. Cross your right ankle over the left knee, send the hips back and up. Let's walk the hands all the way back to the left foot. Coming into your standing figure 4, hands at the heart space. Now comes our option to arm balance. So you can either hang out here or reach the arms up. Exhale, connect your elbows to your right shin. So right elbow just underneath the right knee, left elbow in the hook of your right foot. Maybe keeping that connection, bend your left knee and find the floor with both hands. You really need to hook your right foot. Slowly start to bend the elbows, lean forward, and then maybe left foot floats off the mat. If you want to go further, extend the left leg. And we come back the same way we came in, into our figure 4. Hands at the heart space. Peace fingers the right hand, hold the right big toe. Inhale, stand up tall, kick the right leg out. Pull the right shoulder blade back, good. And hold. Now let's see if we can release the right foot and reach both arms up. Good. Now we're going to circle the right leg all the way around, and it's going to end up stepping on the left side of the mat. Right hand finds the floor at the same time. Good, so you saw it in 2 angles. I hope that made sense. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Find a nice stretch in your outer left hip. As you breathe out, let's bring the left hand down. Standing splits, right leg rises. Either stay here and really work on the flexibility of your standing splits, on lifting that right leg up high, or a few little hops to handstand, trying not to swing that right leg. So play around, have some fun, and listen to how you're feeling. No hops today. Good. On your next exhale, so take your time if you're still playing around, we're going to bend that right knee and kick it through into a pistol squat. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale into revolved crescent lunge. Right hand finds the left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's cartwheel the hands all the way down. Now heel toe your right foot over to your left wrist to drop the right knee for sleeping pigeon. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's come all the way down to the mat. 5 breaths here. On your next inhale, let's lift the chest. And then we're going to turn to the left and at the same time lift your right knee. So your right hip is open, left hand will hold the right ankle, and then we're side bending over the left leg. It's okay if the right glute lifts off the mat a little bit, but try to pull it down. And it's okay if you moved a little bit out of your position. On your next inhale, let's lift the chest. Pivot back to standing, to pigeon pose. Tuck the left toes, 3-legged dog into 3-legged chaturanga, optional. Or stay in downward facing dog. Deep breath in and release. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Let's come into wild thing, just 1 breath. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Let's cross the left ankle over the right knee, send the hips back, and then walk your hands all the way back to the right foot. Figure 4. Lifting the hands, super sweaty. Inhale, reach the arms up. You can hang out here, or let's bring the elbows against the left shin. Maybe the hands find the floor. Maybe float into flying pigeon and take your time. Take your time to play. We meet back in standing figure 4. Left peace fingers will wrap around the left big toe. Inhale, stand up tall, kick the left leg out and hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's try to keep it up high, reach the arms up. And then very slow motion, left leg starts to circle, and then the left hand will come down to the mat as we pivot and open the body to the right. So outer blade of the left foot is on the right side of the mat now. Pull the hips back, find a nice and deep outer right hip stretch. And as you breathe out, right hand finds the floor, standing splits. Left leg rises. I'm going to be hanging out in standing splits today, but if you have that extra energy that you want to let loose, feel free to take a few hops to handstand, trying to go there with as little momentum as possible. And we will slowly meet back in standing splits. And then whenever you're ready, let's bend the left knee, kick it forward, pistol squat. With or without the hands, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. And then reach the arms forward, reach the chest forward. Into revolved crescent lunge, left hand finds the back of the right thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel, both hands down to the mat. Heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist for sleeping pigeon. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, keeping that length, come all the way down to the mat. 5 deep breaths. And slowly we will make our way back onto the hands. Tuck the right toes. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And then either directly downward facing dog or your last chaturanga, maybe keeping the left leg in the air. And take a deep breath in. It's our last time here in downward facing dog. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. As you breathe in, let's come high on the toes, look forward. We're going to land the feet on the outsides of the hands, so preparing for a squat. Good. Inhale, let's straighten the legs, reach the arms up, come on to the tippy toes. Exhale very slowly, staying on the toes, come all the way down. Hands can come to the heart space. And then release the heels, Malasana, 3 breaths here, growing nice and tall. And slowly, let's come all the way down to the mat. Keep the legs apart. Let's extend the legs out. Hands can either cross over your shoulders or reach out or up. And we're going to take a few active pancake folds. So just going as far as you can. Good. And then coming back up with a flat back 5 times. So 3 more for us. For 3, 2, and 1. You can bring your elbows down to the mat and hold here. Maybe the forehead rests on the hands, maybe on the mat, maybe you're on the elbows or even on the hands, whatever is accessible to you today. And then as relaxing as this might be, try to stay engaged, especially throughout the legs, squeezing the thighs, lifting the kneecaps, and also engaging the core so that you're constantly lifting out of your hips, lengthening your spine. All right, slowly with the help of your hands, let's rise up. Let's bring both knees together and then reach your arms forward, one vertebra at a time. We will come all the way down to the back. And once you get there, you can bring your knees into the chest and maybe rock side to side. And then we're going to cross the left knee over the right. Maybe eagle leg, so also hooking the feet, but maybe not, whatever's more comfortable for you. And then both knees go over to the right. And let's hold 5 breaths here. On your next inhale, let's come back through center. Change the bind of the feet. So right knee over the left, maybe hook, and then both legs over to the left. On your next inhale, let's come back through center. Hug the knees into the chest. If there's any last thing you feel like you need to do before we relax completely in Savasana, feel free to do so. We have 5 breaths here. And whenever you're ready, you can meet us back on the mat, knees into the chest. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, lifting the forehead up to the knees. Hold and squeeze for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, Savasana. Let it go. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, release it. One more deep inhale. And let it go. Now I know it's very tempting to get up right now and turn off the computer and leave, but try to stay here with us for at least 2 or 3 minutes. Allowing your body the time to relax, to integrate everything that we did today. Allowing yourself the time to rest. And noticing how you feel here lying on your mat. Observing without any judgment. Accepting wherever you are in your practice. In turn, hopefully that can help you accept wherever you are in your life. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Try to keep your mind on the present moment. Maybe it's just noticing the rise and fall of the chest, noticing the after effects in the body, if you can feel any tingling sensations in the fingertips. Whatever is the easiest thing for you to focus on. Slowly, you can start deepening the breath and re-inviting movement in the fingertips and toes. Taking your time to slowly come out of Savasana. And we will eventually meet in a comfortable seat. But if you have more time and you want to stay in Savasana for longer, please feel free to do so. Sitting upright, taking one last moment to check in with yourself, noticing how you feel now as opposed to the beginning of the practice. And let's take a deep breath in, reaching the arms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And as you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, in your words, and in your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice, and thank you to lovely Françoise. You can follow her on Instagram. I'm going to leave her details down in the description below. And if you enjoyed the class, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next week. Have a good one.